Oh God. This is fine. Everything's fine. Have you heard about a fish named Steve?
No.
No?
Something more important that usually breaks the internet for me is when Icethetics puts out their, quarterly piece. And
you are laser focused today, and I am impressed,
what
sir.
I like about it is that the quality of content he puts out is so high.
Oh, yeah.
But you only get it 4 times a year.
Well, I remember when he was the NHL Tournament of Logos, long time ago, before Icethetics, Icethetics.info, before it was Icethetics.com and all these other things. It's been a long train to get here, and now he's a big shot in the design world, which is awesome, which is really awesome.
It's cool to have that corner, that market cornered for himself, but what I love is that he's got so many good contacts to give you so much to look forward to, and that's what we're going to break down here, as well as Steve the Fish.
Someday, Shrimp.
No, Steve the Fish.
I don't know what it is.
Phil, next Ugly Things.
Welcome back to another episode of Ugly Thirds. Today's topic is the reaction action.
Reaction action. I don't know.
You can tell he's been up all night practicing that because that was such a smooth delivery.
Chewing the scenery over there.
Oh, just when we thought we had this thing figured out, next year is gonna be great. We're Phil's not gonna have to buy any new jerseys, and then all of a sudden, bam! PayPal credits and back in focus. Boom, boom, boom.
The literally 2 days after we filmed and 2 days before we launched our last news video, Icethetics dropped his major Jerseywatch for the upcoming season. So we were in a whole lot of, aw, crap. Aw, fudge, but we didn't say fudge. We said the word, the F -- word. And so now I want to respond to some of these rumors with our expectations, what we think is going to happen, what we'd like to see that way. And let's start with something that I want to say I've mentioned. Maybe you've mentioned. We definitely came up with it at some point. We talked about it. It is Chicago's 100th anniversary. And Icethetics reports that there's going to be a new home and a new third. And so I think you have to go with the 61 jersey for home, which adds another stripe and a lace-up. 2 stripes on the sleeves.
I wonder if they can do lace-ups.
That'll be the fake one.
But
I'm saying, you want to show that on camera?
No,
your
I'm not showing
international sign language for lace up.
No,
I'll do my best to replicate.
Children do watches at some point, so
the design of the collar, can a Fanatic support a lace up?
Oh, I would think so. I would think it's.
I'm thinking the most important piece for a Fanatic. Do we have one of those things?
None of the ones I grabbed have lace up collars.
Okay, but is there a crest there, like an NHL?
Oh
crest?
yeah, I mean trims. They haven't stopped making lace up collars. I mean, it's the same. Phil, you're gonna have to come up back to us now.
Oh, they just make it a little bit lower.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, this has been a thing for a while.
Okay.
That's not new.
Okay.
So yeah, no, they'll do that. Which I mean, it is completely useless and stitched in now. You can't really even. I say that and mine actually moves. Oh god, did I break it? No. Yeah, it's certainly not what it used to be. It was proper lace, and then you could lose them in the wash.
We always talk about the Throwback the Clock series from the early 90s, and that's the one that you had a picture of up there, correct?
Yeah, I really think that this has sat around for too long.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if they update the logos to the modern crest. They did that for the Winter Classic in Notre Dame against Boston. And I don't think anyone would be upset that it's not this. If you want to zoom in, Phil, it's quite the caricature.
Oh, it's zoom in now.
Oh yes, you said hey, New Jersey Cam, not New Jersey Cam, but new comma.
This is Chicago.
Yes, Jersey Cam lives.
Jersey Cam.
Nothing has changed.
I told you we should make Jersey Cam T-shirts that are just black that say Jersey Cam on them, and people would buy them.
I think people would buy them.
That was good. So I hope you got the details on that. This is the right answer.
Yeah, well,
through and through. Like, and people always rip on Chicago for special event jerseys. It's always a slight iteration of something from the past. Like, not enough to go completely off the rails, but there's always good continuity with the look that they've had.
So much so that for 61, they were wearing the same white jersey they're wearing today, which is why I don't think it's there's a whole new set. It's just home and third. Sure. Sorry, continue.
But what I'm saying is, like, you're gonna get something from their history. It's not gonna be so off the wall Looney Tunes that you're looking at it like, oh my god, what is this thing? They dip into their history so much.
And I don't, like, could you get some kind of amalgamation like Boston did for their 100th? You can. I don't think they will. Yeah. I think it'll be a Montreal-like situation where they'll dip into the past and they'll go with something like this has been buried for too long. They teased it with Reverse Retro 2 in the worst possible way. Now's the time to bring it back. You put this on a Fanatic/Adidas style and everyone will buy it. Everyone will buy it.
Yeah.
So, no brainer as far as I'm concerned. You do those two. Update the crest. I think updating the crest is a smart move.
I love the peer pressure that you're applying to Phil right now when you're saying, like, everyone will buy this.
Everyone will buy it.
Every single person will have this. And if you don't have it, you're a loser.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Only losers won't have this one.
I mean, you could buy a couple.
I probably will with that one.
And then, I can buy mine later when I have more money.
Isn't that what the credit's for?
PayPal credit. Like, give yourself credit for using PayPal. Exactly what they intended.
Can we get a sponsorship from them already? That'd be nice. Up next, this is speculated. So whereas the Chicago thing he reported as like, this is going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen, but this is what's going to happen. This is a rumor heavily believed to exist. A Minnesota Wild throwback to their inaugural season. Look, could it be the red one from 3 seasons later? Sure. But where's the fun in that? They did release 25th anniversary patch. I would expect to see that. And if you're wondering what that might look like on a modern template, the Houston Aeros did wear a green version of the Reebok Edge 1. And so it probably would look something like the right. Which is compared to the original.
I think you and I came up with this as being one of the top 3 where they got it right from the start.
Yeah.
Like, out of the gate, they got this correct. And here you have it. It's a good one.
It really is. And I know the complaint, though Minnesota struggles with, they want to not lose the logo in all the green. We went over this when we talked Minnesota. It's half red, half green. I don't know, that video's launched yet. We're going to talk about this. It's half red, half green. On a red jersey, half of it's going to disappear. On a green jersey, half of it's going to disappear.
Sure.
But it's the wild. It's the forest. It's supposed to be dark and mysterious. And your logo blending in. I mean, you're losing the forest for the trees. I don't think that's a bad thing. No. I do think they nailed it. I loved that red third jersey with the roundel. But it belongs as a third jersey. This was superb.
I think Reverse Retro 1 went so well for them that they had to bring it back. Like, it went gangbusters.
Yeah, they're on a North Star's trajectory right now.
I say you bring it back to the original idea of the franchise. Leave that with Adidas, and start something new.
I agree. And especially if they bring back this font, like how fun is that?
Love it.
So, big fan of that. Was from the start.
I'm very concerned about this next one because it has the potential to go off the rails, but it's so easy to rebrand this team and lean into a look that was so good back then.
I'm afraid, like, this seems very much in the works. This seems to be an expected thing, that the Blues are rebranding. And that's, I think they look their best right now. I think this is the best the team has ever looked.
This concerns me.
This late 90s, early aughts look, plus the 60s throwback, is perfect.
It's the complete package.
It's the complete, like, what else do you need? And the fact they throw in the 90s with the red and the sheet music for 2 games a season, what more do you want?
Yeah.
I think the Blues need to be like, treat yourself like you are a class of 67 team, It's time to stop dabbling. You want to, cycle out third jerseys to make more money every so often, sure, but that look should not really get touched.
No, you have got to be careful with this because this is. I don't want to say it's a timeless look, but they've created something so good from the get-go that you don't want to tear it all down, because if you flub the rollout, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, right. It's going to bring down. It's going to be one of those, you're looking at a fisherman thing if you go too far in the wrong direction.
You could.
So, now some of this evidence, you're going to go to the next slide. Well, first off, that STL that was on the helmets that I could not even find a picture of on Chris Creamer Sports logos, which was shocking to me. But there's thought that that's going to be involved. That STL as a treble clef is brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant logo. And then the other thing comes in, this shoulder patch is slightly different. Oh. This shoulder patch is slightly different from the standard throwback one. A little closer to this 67 one, but at the same time, Phil, I'm sure the next slide will be more illustrative. They are slight differences, though I'm sure some of your more eagle-eyed Blues fans are like, what do you mean it's not the same? That's not even close to the same thing.
It has a little bit more flowiness to the blue note itself. I also have seen people mocking up that's really good stitching.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I've seen people mocking up the eagle, like the old school.
Oh, they're not gonna St. Louis. If they had a chance with the Winter Classic to St. Louis Eagles and they didn't, they're not gonna.
Yeah.
I really don't think they will, but continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say there's things out there that they can do to tweak, but I don't think a complete teardown is a good idea.
Mm-mm. The only thing I would think of, the 90s had a shoulder patch with a horn with a circle around it. It was a trumpet logo. I like that as a shoulder patch. I think if they're going to do a shoulder patch, it's the way. I mean, then again, you got that. If you're doing that STL as your shoulder patch, then who am I to argue? That's a good logo.
Yeah.
That treble clef's a good logo.
See, I wish they bring back the arch, the roundel arch. I like that one.
It's a good logo, but it's not. I mean, it's not that different from anything. It was a third.
Bring that back as a third. So you're incorporating. If they want to try to do this whole city not connect, because we can't say it, that connects the city.
Yeah.
In multiple ways.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that one. Even had people come. I wore it the other day. People commented on it.
It is a classy jersey. It is one of those, like, it's not just a good hockey jersey. It is an objectively good look.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Next
slide. There are big rumors of a Colorado throwback, and the talk is Nordiques. So, and one of the things that Icethetics mentioned was that it's the reverse retro one was the Nordiques throwback in Colorado colors, and so this is adjusted to be Colorado's blue and maroon, burgundy. I don't know. Rather than the old baby bluish sky blue, and red. I think that's a better chance than a burgundy jersey. Is it possible? Sure. I think that's a hard turn from just doing updating the colors. I don't like it, but I think this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I just know how. To me, the Florida League doesn't really fit with Colorado.
I agree, but I mean, you can't do the Yeti footprint. They've kind of gotten rid of that. You do the C's on the bottom from Colorado. You could do that. I could see that working.
Maybe I feel like you could
the shoulders.
You could do the crest.
Little A's on the bottom.
Not even do the A's. You can do the Florida League on the shoulder just as a nod to what it used to be, but it's too much. Like you're not in Quebec anymore. I don't think it'd be appropriate to do that as a full time.
And it would be a third jersey, obviously, or even a special event jersey. But they did the reverse retro straight up with Florida Lees, so I probably should have grabbed yours.
I might go get mine.
I mean, you can if you want, but I don't think it's that necessary. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I mean, if they did it, I think it would sell out because people love the nostalgia.
Of course,
but I think that is worse than the Whalers one because they left Quebec and then won a Stanley Cup that next year. Like, that's brutal.
Yeah.
So.
And they left because what
the Canadian dollar was the biggest issue. I'm sure there's other things. It usually gets oversimplified over time.
It's crazy though. Like, they are ready for a team, but Bettman just flat out refuses to do it.
It's so terrible.
Well, isn't was it Toronto?
We're going to put a second team in Toronto as opposed to a team in
I mean, I'd still give it to Hamilton. I loved Hamilton.
No, it's Montreal. Montreal's closer. Montreal doesn't want them.
Well, yes. But that Battle of Quebec meant so much for that whole thing.
Well, I know. It's a bit just like the Battle of Alberta. So, like, there's teams that just don't want it.
I think we are beating the nostalgia of this to death. Like, yes, they used to be the Nordiques. Like, we get that. You've done it with reverse retro. Leave it alone. If
this was a Winter Classic, I'd be okay with it. Beyond that,
yeah. No, I don't agree with it. If this is the direction they're going in, I say no.
Good. He has spoken. Phil's giving a thumbs down.
Important people watch this, so make adjustments.
I love that reverse retro one. Like, the colors to me just pop. That's a favorite.
Ergo,
I can't buy them all.
No, I'm not saying that. But like if you say that you love that reverse retro and the colors pop, why wouldn't they capitalize on that?
Well, yeah, because it's money versus... Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it.
Jurassic Park.
Keep thinking of that PE robot that you showed me the other day. All right, ready? Next.
All right. This one, we don't have a lot of info. We just know a thing was revealed. That the new third jerseys, rumored... They did not say specifically glow in the dark. They are going to take an element used in the Reverse Retro 2 from Vegas... There is only one element in the Reverse Retro 2 from Vegas, unless they're talking about Sparkly Gold, which is not exclusive to that jersey. So whatever Seattle's doing is likely to have a glow-in-the-dark element.
If it's not the tentacle in the eye, then why are you doing it? Like, how cool would that be?
I think we're going to really thread a line between cool and cheesy. I really have some pause on this one.
If they keep it in line with everything else, but there is that glow-in-the-dark element to the eyeball, to the tentacle, and that's it? Okay.
I could see a very dark jersey where, like, it only glows. Like, the stripes are there, but they only glow. Like, I could see it being some... People go, like, oh, it's so cool when they do the laser show at the beginning. Look how they all light up. But, like, for most people, it's going to look like trash.
Yeah, so, like, I'm saying Dallas green. Like, that, like, black... with just the whole thing outlined in that green, which would be... And then you could adjust the shoulder patches with the Space Needle and have a tentacle wrapped around that just glows in the dark.
Hidden... Yeah, okay.
Like, stuff like that. That could be a little subtly. And then
people are also saying they want the anchor on the front or nothing, so... I don't know that it's strong.
Oh, sorry. Well, yeah, because it's an anchor / the needle. Yes. So... But, like, I could see it, something like that. But, yeah, it's going to be a dark jersey for sure.
I think it's really gonna there is a fine line between cheesy and cool,
especially when you are a cryptid. Essentially, like it could get weird.
And that arena was very into it and for it, and I think that fan base, being a very young and not hockey market fan base, but still in the right area for that, could very much eat it up. But this could be one of those where we look back on. Not like Wild Wing, but maybe like the blues sheet music, or like oh that was very much a product of its time. Mm-hmm. So I hope they nail it. I'm not putting a lot of faith in this one.
I wish Vegas made their reverse retro their permanent third.
I agree.
Because that was well done.
Part of what I liked about that, and they use that element right, where if you don't have the glow in the dark element, it's still a great jersey. And I hope Seattle takes that to heart. Of it doesn't need that. I think that's going to be number one. That's number one. If it doesn't glow, is it still a good jersey?
It has to be a timeless piece.
I don't even know if it has to go that way, but it's just like if you're banking on it looks good when it glows, but it doesn't look good when it doesn't glow, then you've missed. Yep. Right. So I think that's the number one. It has to look good without the glow in the dark element, and that's the litmus test as far as I'm concerned.
I don't care for where you're headed with this next one. I don't like it.
I don't either. I don't. The thing is that the Capitals are looking to rebrand. I'm sure it'll be after Ovechkin retires.
It's another after a year. Yeah.
Right. But they couldn't decide which reverse retro was the right one, which is why they wore this one this year, and they're going to bring out the next one next year and basically gauge fan reaction. None of that is official. That is the reading between the lines.
It's not even a rebrand. It's just you're dipping into something that you've already done. They need a new standard look. They have a standard look that would do well. The W3rd is so good.
Put it in red. Put it in red and white, and it's a great jersey. That's it. That's all you need. You can add a couple stars down here. That's it.
Do not go back to a time. Do not do this. There is no reason for it. It was great at the time because this is so 90s. And it was fun to bring it back 25 years later. But to make this a permanent fixture...
Everyone loves the Screaming Eagle, and so it doesn't make any sense. The eagle itself it's a bad, like, okay, so it looks cool at its first glance, but like, is this the far wing? If that's the far wing, where's the near wing? What is this stripe exactly? It has one leg. It has one leg, and there's no wing in front of it. So, like, how does this physically work? Meanwhile, I think this is the... Oh, you don't have Jersey Cam, do you?
I mean, I have plugged in.
Try it again?
There we go.
Oh, look, I can do this. It's special. Oh, this is the worst thing ever. It's so bad.
Enhanced.
That's as much zoom as you got?
No, I'm just trying not to... I gotta switch.
Oh, yeah, no, we don't need a tripod.
Enhanced.
I don't have one now.
We don't need a tripod. Phil's got this. I think that works better than the original did, which
I will switch the other one after this episode.
I like this logo better in general. I like the striping from this better. I thought that third jersey turned road was the better look regardless. This is not it. This is okay. Of the two, which do you like better?
The black.
See, I like this one better.
But this up here, the shoulder patch, it's clunky. Like it's clunky. It's old.
You know something I understand, but I don't like, and I think it's more obvious on this one. This stripe is higher than this stripe. It matches the check. There's a reason why they did it, but once I've seen that, I can't stop fixating on it.
Imagine getting away with using the same home and road look for 20 years. Almost 20 years. And then rebranding yourself back to where you were prior to that.
I just don't see a reason for these colors to make a comeback.
No.
Not in the nation's capital. Not when you've reestablished, when you rock the red and everything else. Why would you go back to these? Not that they're bad colors. I think if another team picked it up, it wouldn't be Hershey, but whatever the ECHL affiliate is for the Caps, pick this up, I'd be all for it. It's a good color.
The third W in red, the third W in white, and this is your third jersey.
There you go.
ECHL.
You gotta look. I don't know who our ECHL affiliate is.
The Checkers, right?
No, Checkers, Carolina.
Oh, you're right. No, Hershey.
Hershey's AHL. And then ECHL is...
We always do this.
It's an East Coast team. They're all really next to each other.
If only we had the technology.
I will look it up. You continue.
That's not going to work. The only thing I want to talk about is on the next slide.
Next slide.
I'm going to go on next slide. Slide. All right, slide. Next slide.
South Carolina Stingrays. You're welcome.
All right.
That monitor keeps cutting out and throwing me off. If anything, I have one request. Yeah. Okay, if you're going to do this stupid thing, fix the font. Please fix the font. This is one of the worst fonts ever, and there is no need to bring it back.
It's a dopey font.
It's a terrible font. It looks awful. There is nothing good about it. It's big. It's clunky. Compared to the one on the... just put the one on the right in place. Continuity that. There is nothing wrong with it. Just stop.
Okay.
That is my one request, Washington Capitals. So, everything else he did was full-on rumor or obvious things. Detroit's also in its 100th anniversary, but is Detroit going to do anything?
Probably not.
Probably not. You know what would be cool? If they just did the red jersey, but the white was silver.
Sure.
There's a specialty
simple,
jersey.
Done.
That's all they need. But there's no news on that because Detroit has never had a proper third jersey, and I don't expect them to start now. But let's.
No.
So that's our reactions, our thoughts on Icethetics and the reporting they've done. They're fantastic. Keep watching them, and hopefully you come to us right after for our opinions. He's Shrums. I'm John. Phil, whenever you're ready. Switch to Jersey Cam so we can see what you did. Can you do it?
I have to wait.
All right, take us out then. Wow.
Top-notch quality.
What you see is a defeated man.
If I didn't spend all my money on jerseys, I could probably get better equipment.
No, I think of the old equipment being temperamental and fantastic is part of the charm of the show.
Yeah. Anyways, so don't forget to hit like and subscribe, ring the bell to get notifications when we post new videos, and come back for another episode of Ugly Thirds.
Do you remember the name of the show? You good?
It was delaying, so I'm hoping that's not delayed.
Yeah, well.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.